Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Monday, January 8th, 2024. So this will cover the week of January 1st through the 7th of 2024. So this was a reasonably productive week in the world of trophies overall, though I was also quite busy working on editing some things, putting some scripts together, because like I said in the title of this video and last week's update, this is also going to be a channel update video like I usually like to do at the start of the year. So we'll start with our trophy talk first though, because that's the main reason people are probably here. So I will say that Fallout 76, I think I mentioned this last week, but I'm not 100% sure. There's another part to this Atlantic City DLC that's coming out within the next few months. I can't remember what its exact release date is. So we will have to see if it ends up having trophies, because remember that Steel Dawn, the precursor to Steel Rain, didn't have DLC trophies, but Steel Rain did. So who knows what they're thinking in a given time. But I do know that it's going to add in like a whole new open world area to explore, and it's also going to add in a new expedition and several new main and side quests, and possibly it's even adding in another expedition to the pits, so we'll have to see what happens with that. But anyway, in terms of trophy progress, I earned trophies in 2 different games this week. One of them was Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which I got to do some live streaming of on Saturday night. This game is once again an absolute blast. I'm loving it. I'm playing through on the amazing difficulty just to give a little bit more of a challenge and to get myself a little more prepared, just in case they inevitably release a... I know that they're doing a New Game Plus mode and a New Game Plus trophy, but just in case they decide to do like a New Game Plus Ultra Hard mode trophy, which I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that, because a lot of games do that nowadays. So for the Platinum Trophy, of course, you have to complete all the districts in the main story, or your 2 main gold trophies. I've completed 1 district so far, but I've made a lot of progress in all the other ones. I'm at something like 40% in-game completion, I think, at this point, out of the 100%. So we're making progress. We're only at 10 hours in, so definitely making progress. The gadget upgrades halfway there, halfway through the suits. And what do we have here? This is the grand finale, so that is... I assume that that's the Is that the Prowler masks, maybe? That seems like what that might be. Leveling up, I'm over halfway there. Then this is just a specific mission. A lot of these are just specific missions, either side missions or story missions. The symbiote nests, I haven't done any of these yet, because I think this is a later thing that we unlocked that I haven't been able to start on. I did finish all of the Marcus Memories missions. These are all fairly easy. You just fight a bunch of sand monsters, pretty much. So nothing too hard there. So that's a mission. That's a mission. And then the hunter bases, I've cleared 1 of the 4, because for these you have to clear out all of the like smaller hunter nests that surround it to get information on how to take out the main hunter base. So that's how you do those. I've taken out 1 of the 4, so 3 more of those to go. 2/3 of the way through the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app requests. There are 6 total, so I've done 4 of them. This is that's a mission, yep. Then we have this trophy, the symbiote abilities, so I'm still not entirely sure exactly what this one is, but I've started making a little bit of progress on it. Then the EMF experiments, I think there's only 1 left. I think there's 9 total, so 1 of those left. Then the Evolved Venom abilities, I'm starting to work on that with Miles, and then the 100 with Spider-Arm abilities, I'm making very good progress on. Started working on that more as Peter. And then that's another mission. Then that's just another upgrade. So I completed a gift, which is a series of 5 missions or 4 missions and basically a glorified cutscene for the Brooklyn like Special Institute, whatever you want to call it, for all the smart people. Those missions aren't particularly hard. They're not even all that time consuming, so it's a good time just exploring that area. That's a mission-specific trophy that I completed. Then we have, that's another mission-specific trophy. So the Spider-Bots Origins, I don't know why that's at 0%, because, well, I guess it's because it's going to be like 1 specific mission at the end of it, because I found a good number of the Spider-Bots so far. Then we have the stealth takedowns from a web line, already a 1/3 of the way through that. Then the air tricks, this trophy is very easy. You just have to perform a trick and then just swing back up in the air, perform another trick, rinse and repeat. Then we have whatever this one is, so I don't know what that is. I don't think I have that ability yet, or I don't exactly know what it is yet. A couple of location-specific trophies, probably save one of those for last. Then the web wing one, I think for this one you do have to be more upgraded than where I am. Then fail a trick, that's super easy. Just complete like just keep trying to do a trick and then just fall on your face. Very simple. Another story or side mission trophy. Tech parts, we're making very good progress on that, and I found, I guess, 7 out of 10 tech stashes. I'll assume it's 10 total because I found 7 of them, so I don't know if those actually show up on the map, so I might need to look just that one up on the internet on a video or something. I'm sure they're out there. Then the photo ops, there's only a handful of these left, so definitely making great progress on that. So there's 2 left. Okay, so that's really not very many left. And then this one, again, I don't really know what to do for that one yet. And then acquire the black suit. This is a story-related unmissable trophy. So progress is coming along. This is going to be one of those games where you end up getting a lot of trophies like later on toward the end of the game. And then the other game I worked on this week was Call of Duty Vanguard. I grabbed that platinum trophy, so it's yet another Call of Duty game off the list. So this is actually one of the most common platinum trophies on PSN profiles. It's one of 3 that is currently at 10% or higher, which is kind of ridiculous that this is one of them, but I guess I kind of see why, but at the same time I kind of don't. Because Call of Duty Classic is over 10%, but I think that's because back in the day it was possible to exploit the veteran difficulty, like on the very original version of the game. Maybe you could do that. I could be wrong on that though, and that game of course doesn't have any multiplayer. It's one of the shortest platinums in the series, so that's part of it. And then there's the Modern Warfare 2 campaign remastered, which is at like 15%, which doesn't surprise me. It's no multiplayer. It's a fairly quick, relatively easy overall platinum. So for the Vanguard Platinum, you have to complete the campaign on Veteran. Veteran, for the most part, is not too difficult this time around. There's a handful of tricky sections, but nothing too much to worry about. Then we get our full campaign trophies. The 15 kills with blind fire is easy. You can farm it out in the very first mission or really any mission. Just keep in mind that you can do it throughout the course of your playthrough and save your time from not having to farm as much. Scavenging ammo from 15 different corpses is pretty simple, so just kill someone and immediately run up and pick up any ammo off of them and you should be good to go. Then for this one, just use 15 different weapons to kill an enemy. This one should come naturally. There's tons of different weapons in the campaign. Tactical sprint through 5 destructible walls is pretty easy. You can actually do this one on the first Paulina mission. There's a wall fairly early on in that one. There's also one a bit later in one of the other missions, and for the love of God, I don't know why that notice shows up every 5 freaking minutes. If I want to buy Dead Rising 2 on the PS4, or PS5 in this case, I will buy it. You don't need to give me a notification every 5 minutes that it's on sale. I know that it's on sale. It's the only game that does that for some reason. Nothing else on my wish list does that. I don't really understand at all why it's doing that, so I might just have to remove it because it's getting annoying. These next 2 trophies can kind of combine together. You have to throw back 15 grenades that would have killed or damaged your allies, but you can use your own grenades for this purpose. So you can throw a grenade of your own at your AI partners, and then just pick the grenade up and throw it in another direction, and if you save them, it will count. So just rinse and repeat that, and then just kill yourself with your own grenade at any time, if it doesn't happen naturally, which it probably will for most people. You have to watch the entire credits sequence, which takes like 15 plus minutes. It's a bit of a longer one, but once again, all you have to do during that is just let it play out and go do something else while it's running. Then you have your character-specific trophies. These are all fairly straightforward to do. Arthur's is very easy because commanding allies is something that you're going to want to do a lot. And Wade's focus ability is very strong. It allows you to quickly kill several enemies each time you pop it. Paulina's trophy is fairly easy. You can farm it out during her first mission. That's probably the better place to do it if you don't get it naturally, just because that one's going to have more chances to immediately emerge from a crawl space and shoot something. And then Lucas's. This one's a little bit tougher just because you have to get the 4 different types of lethal equipment and then get your kills with each of them. So this one can take a little bit more time, but it's still not particularly hard. Now we get to the mission-specific trophies, starting off with Phoenix, which is where I got my platinum trophy with this one. So 15 enemies while standing on a train car roof is fairly simple, but just note that the only train cars that count are the ones with the little glass roof panels that you can look through. Those are the only ones that count for this. Then you have to shoot a truck driver with a vehicle full of soldiers. It just means there has to be several soldiers within the vehicle when you shoot the driver. There's a few chances to do this throughout the mission. Operation Tonga trophies are pretty easy. You can get a grenade savior action right here. This is like midway through the mission. A guy's going to run around a corner. A grenade's going to fall down the staircase. You pick it up and throw it back up the staircase and you'll get this trophy. Then this one's at the very end when you're sort of charging toward the final point. You just have to throw a smoke grenade at a certain time. The 2 Stalingrad trophies are easy because you can just use the infinitely respawning Molotov cocktails to hit a half track and take out all of the enemies in the area without firing your guns, so that one's actually pretty easy even on veteran. Then we get to the Battle of Midway, where trophies become really problematic. The helping 5 threatened allies during a dogfight isn't too hard on recruit, just the problem is that, as you might expect, the plane controls in this game are not particularly good, and they just kind of jump all over the place, so I would actually recommend upping your vehicle sensitivity. It actually does make it a little bit easier. It allows you to turn a little bit more easily. And then we get to one of the 2 worst trophies in the game, Duck and Dive. You have to guide your plane during the first dive bombing run. You have to guide it straight down to the boat without getting hit by any bullets. You are allowed to get hit by the explosions, just not the bullets, but that is a lot easier said than done, because the explosions will not only damage you, but they will obscure your vision and knock you back into the center of the screen where you can very easily be hit by bullets. The bullets are somewhat consistent with what they do and where they fly out at, but they are not 100% consistent, and sometimes they will just randomly hit you out of nowhere. Like one bullet will break off from the stream and just run out and hit you for some reason. It happened numerous times. So this trophy took over an hour to get in both versions of the game just because it's so badly designed, it's so stupid, it's so inconsistent. And then if you were to screw up and you don't have your save backed up before this part of the game, which I would recommend you do, just back up your save as soon as you start your first dive and you get a checkpoint. And also another great thing about this wonderful game of Call of Duty Vanguard is that for some reason I started running into a problem where anytime I tried to restart a checkpoint, the game would just give me a black screen. So it didn't crash or anything, and you could still hear stuff going on in the background, but it would just give me a black screen. So I have no idea what that was about, so thank you, Vanguard. Thank you, Sledgehammer. That's just a wonderful game design. The main thing I can say about this one is just keep trying is literally the only thing you can do because it's so random, so luck-based. It's just a miserable experience all around. The 2 from Numa Numa Trail are both pretty easy to do, even on veteran. Just avoid getting hit by the sniper. You can kill the sniper pretty early on, and then you're perfectly safe. You can just use your focus to shoot him through the trees. And then this one is the very beginning of the mission. You just have to get through all the stealth sections without firing a bullet. This can still be done on veteran, so it's not much of a problem. Then we have Lady Nightingale. The first trophy is pretty easy. You just have your friend Misha stick his knife up, and whenever that happens, a sniper will reveal themselves. So just kill 5 of them without getting hit and you're good to go. But that's followed up by the other worst trophy in the game, Behind You. This one requires you to get takedowns on every single enemy during the stealthy department store section of the Lady Nightingale mission. There are probably 30 to 40 enemies you have to take out in this. Now, you don't have to do it in stealth. You are allowed to get detected. That's totally fine. But you have to use takedown specifically, which means that you have to be behind the enemy and they have to usually not even know that you're there. So the first time I did this trophy on a live stream, it bugged out and didn't unlock when I very clearly did the requirements. So I have no idea why the game felt the need to do that. And that's what stopped me from continuing to record and stream this game, because that just really pissed me off because it wasn't right. Now, it's possible that maybe there was an enemy that was still down on the lower floor that I didn't kill before I went up the staircase, or perhaps a smoke grenade I threw that, as far as I know, didn't damage anyone, but I mean, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Other people have said this trophy bugged out on them, so that's just wonderful that they would make such an awful trophy and then have it be buggy as well. That's just a great way to design your game, Sledgehammer. But with this one, I would just say be patient. It's not particularly hard. It just takes a really long time to get through. One useful tactic you can do is to stick your knife up in the air, and that will cause any enemies in front of you to quickly become distracted, and then you can do a takedown on them immediately. This works on everyone except for the heavier enemies. Then there's like 3 or 4 of those. The Rats of Tobruk trophies are pretty easy. Bringing down the Stuka, this is most easily done with a pistol, but you can do it with a rocket launcher. That's what I did on the PS4 version. And then this is a real short stealth section early in the level that shouldn't give you much of a problem. Then the Battle of El Alamein, you just get run over by a tank, which you can do pretty much immediately upon starting the level. And you have to get twice as many kills as your partner during the final defensive portion. I did not get this on the PS4 version on Veteran, but I did get it on the PS5 version on Veteran. So I don't know exactly how many kills you need to get. I don't know if it varies each time or not. But I still got it on Veteran on my first try, at least on the PS5 version. And if you don't get it then, you can always just go back on Recruit and just go ham and just kill basically everything. Finally, we have the Fourth Reich, the final mission of the game. You have to use leadership to take down the Jaeger mortar, aka the Juggernaut type guys. So just use your leadership to take one of them out. This is most easily done in the subway tunnels when you deal with the first one because there's no other enemies around. And then you have to go through the level without any instances of friendly fire, which isn't particularly hard, but you do have to be a little bit careful during the vehicle section at the very beginning. And you also have to be careful when throwing grenades because, of course, your ally might stupidly run over to it and get themselves blown up. So just be a little bit careful, be cautious with this one, and you shouldn't have too much of a problem. Then we have the multiplayer trophies. Now, thankfully, the multiplayer trophies actually auto-pop in this game if you did them on the other version of the game first, so I was able to save like 15-20 hours of multiplayer grinding, which is awesome. So to get these trophies, you just have to reach level 55, which is where you prestige at. This is a very typical Call of Duty multiplayer trophy. Nothing difficult about it, just takes some time and can take more time depending on how skilled you are. Max level with an operator and max level with a weapon just means using a weapon and an operator heavily for a while until you get them fully leveled up. And then just join a clan is about as straightforward as it gets. You can create a clan or join another clan. And then we get these Zombies mode trophies, which are very easy in this game, but they take a very long time to do. There's no Easter egg to worry about, but these trophies do take a while. So the 3 Covenants and the 13 Hearts kind of go together. Every time you complete an objective, you get a heart, and you can then sacrifice it to either get a new Covenant, which is like a perk, or you can use it to do some kind of upgrading system. So once you've sacrificed 13 total, this is over the course of multiple games, but I think the Covenants one has to be done in a single game. Then you have to drink from all 5 of the demonic fountains, aka perk machines, in a single session. They all become available within the hub area after about 7 or 8 waves of enemies or 7 or 8 objectives. Because remember, this is not traditional zombies. You have a little hub area that you can do stuff in, and then you go off to different other areas to complete like rifts, basically. It's not good. It's not a fun time. Also, it should be noted that for whatever stupid reason, if you have already done the Zombies trophies on another version of the game, guess what you have to do to get the trophies this time around? You have to turn your console off of the internet, so disable the internet from your console settings, and then play them or else the trophies will not unlock. So once again, wonderful game design there. You have to do several trophies related to different artifacts. None of these are difficult. I just can't remember if you can do them over the course of multiple games, or if you have to do like all 10 kills with the energy mine. If you have to do all 10 in a single game, I'm not 100% sure. But as you can see, you can knock out all of these trophies pretty much in a single day without a whole lot of issues. So nothing much to worry about there. Slightly grindy, but nothing too terribly difficult at all. And then finally, you have to eliminate 2,500 zombies with Pack-a-Punch level 3 weapons and 10,000 total. So the level 3 Pack-a-Punch for this one, I would recommend, you can get it a few different ways. You can either fully upgrade a weapon, which requires something like 50,000 points to do, or you can get one out of a mystery box. You can also get one out of the crates on the ground or out of the crystals that are in the hub world, but that's much rarer. Basically, once you get a Pack-a-Punch level 3 weapon, I recommend just going ahead and knocking this trophy out all at once. Once you get that Pack-a-Punch level 3, go find a Harvest objective or an Escort objective, because both of those have infinitely respawning enemies. Again, there it is again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm about to go take that game off of my wish list because I'm sick of seeing that notification every 5 to 10 minutes. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, once you get the weapon, go into one of those objective waves that is infinitely long as you just keep killing zombies, and you can knock this trophy out within maybe an hour and a half. That seems about how long it took me, maybe like an hour and a half in a game, maybe a little bit longer. And then you have to get 10,000 total zombies kills, which is going to take several hours of grinding, and it's very, very boring and mind-numbing. I would recommend using the combat shotgun. It's a very good weapon. It can one-shot kill enemies for a long time. It's probably your best option for quickly getting kills and for getting Pack-a-Punch level 3 kills. So yeah, that is my trophy progress for the week, and I actually just synced up trophies a few minutes ago, like 20-30 minutes ago when I finished up COD Vanguard, so I actually don't need to hit it again. So, level 856, 14%, 27,537 total trophies, 785 platinums, 5,196 golds, 7,354 silvers, 14,202 bronzes. So, trophy plans for the upcoming week. Continue working on Spider-Man 2. That's really the main thing, is just keep working on Spider-Man 2. I'm sure I could finish it by the end of the week if I really wanted to, but I'm not sure if I will quite get it done this week. We'll just have to see. But other than that, I don't really have any other specific games that I'm planning on doing this week. We're just waiting for that Fallout 76 DLC and the first Spider-Man New Game Plus DLC as well. Otherwise, though, I will hopefully be able to stream Thrillville off the rails again this week because we're completely through 2 of the parks. I'm having a blast with that game. It's been a lot of fun so far. It's just quite a bit longer than the first one. And, of course, there's always the annoying copyright stuff to worry about. But that's one thing I would like to stream at one point this week. Now, I will say that schedule is going to be a little bit weird this week because my family's coming down for MLK Day because it's a long weekend for them. Of course, it's not for me, but it's a long weekend for them, so they're coming down this weekend so they get to eat good food, which means I get to eat good food, but it probably means that I won't be streaming too much later on in the week, but we will have to see. I might try to get like one stream in over the weekend or something. But otherwise, for videos, the Choo Choo Charles Platinum video should be up on Tuesday. It's almost done. I just need to add in the music and make the thumbnail. And then the Fallout Fate of the Next State, which in this case is going to be Georgia, should be out toward the end of this week or at latest next week. It's mostly done. It's still got some more things to edit on it, though. So now we can talk about the channel update portion of the video. So over the last few months or so, the channel has actually done pretty well with the introduction of, say, that new Fallout content. The first Thrillville stream actually did really, really well. The Choo Choo Charles stream actually did pretty well. So here are some of my plans for what I want to do in 2024. But ultimately, my big goal for the year is to reach at least 10,000 subscribers. And I know that that's probably a bit of an extreme goal given that I'm not quite at 5,000 and I've been doing it for 12 or 13 years. But I have plans for how I think I can get there. I want to continue with this new style of trophy video for certain games because those videos, some of them do pretty well, some of them don't do as well, but they can be kind of fun to make just to look back on stuff. But I definitely want to continue streaming Platinum Trophy runs and getting trophies in different games because those tend to do pretty well. Definitely want to keep doing that. And then I want to try to branch out a little bit more with other stuff, like maybe some just miscellaneous gaming videos. For example, I have one for Bugsnax that I'm working on, where I'm going to rank every single Bugsnax by taste from worst to best in my own opinion. I know I'm not the first person on YouTube to do it, but hopefully I can make it entertaining. I also want to continue with these Fallout lore videos, at least a few more of them, so as long as they keep getting support, I'd like to keep doing that. And then along with that, I want to keep uploading the Aruba vlogs, which that's maybe halfway through the week so far because day 4 is now uploaded, so maybe a little bit under halfway through that. Now, along with all this, there are 2, hopefully, series that I'm planning to start up this year that I've been hinting at for a while, but I've just gotten kind of sidetracked with holidays and some of this other stuff I've been trying to work on. But there are a couple of new series that I really want to try to start up that I don't think anyone else on YouTube has done that are related to gaming and trophies, so hopefully I can get one of those videos out pretty soon. I just don't know exactly when because I don't know exactly how I'm going to put those together, especially, well, one of them is going to be not too difficult to put together, but the other one is going to be a little bit more problematic, so we'll have to see about that. I got to just figure out how everything's going to work. There's probably going to be a lot of like Photoshop usage in that and all, so we will have to see. But it's a couple of new ideas that I hope might be able to take off and do really well. Hopefully people will enjoy them. And then I just also want to open up the floor to you guys. Let me know what you guys would want to see that you think would help build up the channel more. I'm slowly getting better at editing and slowly getting better at making thumbnails, but I do want to just actually learn more of that. So when I have some free time in the future, I'd really like to just, at least watch a bunch of videos and try to learn more about how to use Premiere Pro and Photoshop and everything, because I'm sure I can make things even better for sure. Because I think my commentary is as good or better than some of the other trophy YouTubers on a lot of my videos. But along the way, I don't think my editing's quite as good. So, like I said, if I can just learn more about that in the near future, that would probably help a lot. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys would want to see moving forward. Like I said, though, I do want to start up those 2 new trophy-based series. I also kind of want to restart the cookbook series because I've picked up a whole bunch more cookbooks in the last year and a half or so. Aside from the 2 that I already had, which were Destiny and Fallout, I have one for God of War, I have one for Elder Scrolls, I have one for Mario, and I have one for Avatar The Last Airbender. That one wouldn't get its own series, though, just because a lot of the recipes in that are kind of weird and have ingredients that I don't think I can find around here. maybe just like one-off video of a full meal from that cookbook or something. And the cookbook that I think might be the best to work on in the near future would be the Five Nights at Freddy's cookbook, because it's a lot of dishes that are things I actually like. So that could actually be a fun one to do. And a lot of the reason why I stopped doing the cookbook recipes wasn't as much the lack of viewership, it was just the fact that everything's gotten a lot more expensive with food and all. But at this point I realized just going to have to invest that money into that and hope that it does well. And of course, improve editing on that, and probably try to get it like a better camera for that or something, or at least just use my phone in widescreen or side screen, not in the up-down screen like what I'm doing for the Aruba vlogs. There's also plans for me and my family to go on a vacation to somewhere different within the next 2 years that I would definitely be vlogging, because that would be very exciting to go somewhere else and be able to vlog that and do some stuff like that on the channel. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments on what you guys would like to see from the channel moving forward. Like I said, I want to keep doing these long-form trophy videos for sure. I want to keep streaming unlocking trophies, and I want to keep streaming playing certain games that I really enjoy. So continue doing a lot of that. There probably won't be any Fallout streams anymore moving forward, though, because with Fallout 3's big, trophy video series being done, I don't really have a purpose of playing that on stream because the games just don't really do well enough. But there are other games that I would definitely like to stream. Things like, again, Thrillville, though that's only going to take like probably 3 more streams total, so we'll see about that. But then there's those 2 new trophy series that I want to start up, maybe restart the cookbook series, and just, let me know other things you guys would want to see moving forward. And like I said, I also want to try to branch out into other types of video game type videos, even if it's more lore-based videos or ranking videos, stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys would definitely want to see in the future, and I will try to make it happen. For now, at least, I am still working a full-time job, but they're kind of possibly cleaning house again, so we will see just how long that truly ends up lasting. So I'll, of course, give updates on stuff like that during streams. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, consider leaving a like and subscribing, ringing the bell if you haven't done so already. Again, in the comments, as always, let me know what you've been working on this past week, but also let me know, again, what you want to see moving forward, moving into 2024. I have that ambitious goal, and to hit it, I know I'm going to have to make more changes on content and everything, but we have been moving in a more positive direction in the last couple of months. Definitely some better subscriber growth. So hopefully we're moving in the right direction, and hopefully we can just keep on moving up. So thank you guys for watching. See y'all back here later this week for some more videos.